All right, Husky, we are back, and I was about to say I broke my camera, but no, there we go. Uh, back, split four. I don't know what, we were here Sunday, and now we're back for the award show. Split for regular season, if you will, because all the awards were due before playoffs actually started. So I think in other splits we've usually kind of timed this with like finals or something. So this might be the first time we've actually done a solo award show. So the stream should be nice, quick, easy. Some hurt feelings, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. But how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I did not get the results of these ahead of time. I'm going to be reacting, excuse me, at the same time as everyone else. So, yeah, I'm excited. I want to see who won every single one of these things, and I know who I voted for. I don't know who you or the community voted for, but yeah, if you end up winning and you're happy about that, it was definitely because of me. And if you're upset that you lost, well, it was definitely CB's fault.
Or we just blame the community. So just the quick little disclaimer reminder of how award show works here for Rivals League. It's a 50% weight for the community. Um, I don't know. We had a little bit of a downturn voting this, but I don't know. But something like 20 or something like that. So if you barely lose a vote, it's because you didn't have a couple extra people on your team vote. So community is 50% weight. My vote was 25% weight. Huskies was 25. So 50% admin, 50% community. That way you can't really blame any one person other than maybe your gameplay or maybe your team for not sending more people voting because no team had a full 8 vote participation. So there you go. You can just blame your teammates.
Okay.
Yeah, some interesting ones. Yeah, I guess I'm the only one that knows what the results are, and Husky will get the live reaction. We'll see if anything's too crazy. I think we're gonna kick it off with something nice and easy, though. We'll see if it's don't click the wrong thing to give you any spoilers. Just a quick non-award show related thing, I guess. Is hate to do it, but just a quick little recap of we had the game Sunday. We had
Okay.
uh, we had a 3-0 victory for MBN, so congrats to them for moving forward, and better luck next time for Ninjas. But I figured we weren't gonna do like a standalone, like 1 or 2 game run back just for like 5 minutes. So, um, oh, and there was another reason I put this up. I was like, this is a two birds, one stone type thing. But I guess before I say that, your thoughts on the 3-0? I know we kind of ran it to ground on Sunday, but any final
Y-
thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it Sunday. I think MBN might have one of the highest highs of any team in this league, so not surprised they won. I was surprised, however, it was 3-0. I thought you know, Ninjas was a better team than what they showed, but that's kind of was the story of their split. Great on paper, should have worked together really well, and we saw it a couple weeks, but just too inconsistent, unfortunately. So, hopefully they come back next split and play a little bit better. But congrats, MBN. Excited to see the rematch. The only team to take down NOH in the regular season is going to get another shot at it, and I know myself, probably you, and probably everyone else out there looking forward to that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one here in a few weeks when we get to that holiday week, and one more quarterfinals match to go still next week on stream, and that's when we'll see you back here. All right, award show. That's what we care about, right? I throw this up also for like a two birds one stone situation because the first 3 awards are kind of like the funny, I guess, awards that don't really mean anything, and so I don't really actually have screens for them. The
Okay.
the
Okay.
game awards, if you will. Uh, Kicking it off with a nice and easy one is the best logo in the split. Uh, the split, just kind of your favorite logo. Maybe it's the team name, maybe it's whatever. I don't know. Uh, so third place was Double Decker Pecker Wreckers, and then on your screen are a tie for number one, MBN Esports and Ninjas. So very coincidental,
Okay. Okay.
but these two tied for the best logos in the league. Uh, who knows? I don't know. Some favoritism. Maybe somebody likes Lions. Maybe some people like the OG, pro team kind of nod there, or I don't know. Maybe we got some younger kids in the chat with the meme stuff going on. I don't know, but you got NBN and Ninjas for the top two, tied for the best logo in the league. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't like the MBN logo. I'm gonna be honest. 6'7", like, come on, what are we, like 8 years old, guys? Whoever voted for that, surprised that you even are allowed to stay up that late enough to play in this league, to be honest with you. So, very disappointed. Ninja's logo far superior, and probably every other team as well far superior. So,
Hey, that's why we
you
don't
know,
let you solely vote for the award show, right? It's about the people. It's what the people want, and apparently
that's
that's what they wanted. But it ended up in a tie. I don't think any of the actual like big war awards ended up in a tie. There were some very close, which we'll get to. But some of these kind of weird awards ended up in a tie, and this next one might as well. Yeah. Again, these first three no screens just because they're kind of gimmicky awards. That's the word I was looking for. Um, Next one's gonna be your favorite team to have dealt with. Uh, just something random because I was kind of curious. Like it could have been based on your captain interactions. Could have been based on banter chat, which some people like, some people don't. Who knows? But your favorite people to work with. Actually, put four people down. So yeah, so there's a tie for. Let me scroll over. I got too many. Okay, there's a tie for third place. Tie for third on as far as like who's nice to work with. MBN Esports and New Origin Hanmoon. So tied for third, or tied for fourth, however you want to look at it. But either way, you're in the top half of people don't hate you. That's cool, I guess. Uh, Second place, Big Baller Gaming. So putting some respect on there. You guys easy to deal with. Number one, it's gonna be War Legion by a large margin. So some nice folks over there. Maybe that was some hype for the whole, great ending to the split and all that fun stuff. But yeah, War Legion, BBG, NOH, and MBN, the top four, getting a nod for easiest to deal with this split. What are your thoughts on that award in general? Just kind of a weird one. I don't think we've ever done that one before, but and the four
yeah,
teams.
that's our first time doing that one. You're right. I do think when we come down to awards like this, where it's like, who's the nicest people? Who do you like to deal with? The team that finishes last kind of always wins those awards. I feel like people like dealing with teams that they beat and they got free wins off of. So maybe everyone except Monkeys ended up voting for War Legion on this one. I'm pretty sure Monkeys did not vote for that. But yeah, I mean, I know some of the guys over at War Legion, they're cool guys, but I'd like to think that there's nice people on every team, and uh, yeah, I don't know. I think I would prefer the guys that just like to bring it in banter chat. That's more of my favorite thing is that I like to be entertained by ridiculous things. So uh, I would say I would like to read the hot spicy takes in banter chat, and that's the people that I would like.
Yeah, true. Everybody has their own metric as far as, or their own measurement as far as what does that mean? Favorite team to deal with, or who knows? We'll never know. But that's your top four, I guess. They got the most votes overall. Unfortunately, we gotta have a couple spicy awards, right? We have the most underrated award that will come up in a bit. Had to throw in there the toughest to deal with, if you will. And I was thinking about it initially when I made the award. I was like, I guess was thinking from their captain was just tough to deal with, but realistically, this is probably just like who annoyed you in banter chat is probably like who hurt your feelings. I don't know, but worst teams to deal with, and there were no overlapping teams with the best teams to deal with, so that was good at least. Uh, Third place was Ninjas in Pajamas, so I don't know, catching some flack there, I guess a little bit.
Okay.
It was kind of close. It was kind of close, like to the rest of the pack. So the top two kind of stood out by themselves. Second worst team to deal with, Monkeys Toro Rosso, and then first was Mint Vanilla. So those three getting the nod as maybe they're just really good at banter. I'm thinking that's what it is, or I don't know. People are just haters against those three teams. So, what are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think that this was the we made up an award for Mint to win category.
It was
Lot of
close. Mint and
lot of
Monkeys
Mint
were
haters.
one vote
Yeah.
away from a tie. So
I mean, monkeys do like the banter chat themselves. Funny enough, as abrasive as they were actually my two favorite teams to deal with, just because, like I said, it was fire and banter chat, and they didn't really hold anything back. So maybe they were annoying, maybe they pushed the boundaries, but I think that's what makes things fun in the league. You everyone needs a bad guy. If you got eight good guy teams, there's not really anything to root for. So uh, why not root for the bad guys? Why not, have a team that likes to be the bad guys? And I think they Mint slid into that. I think Monkeys, at least some of their players maybe very bantery, but I thought it brought fun to the league.
True, true. That's why we allow a little bit more banter, at least in game, which I'm well aware some people don't like. That's okay. You'll probably get over it eventually. Okay, some actual words that I can show you some stuff as I'm probably blinding people on stream, but that's okay because for some reason I can't turn this into. Okay, there we go. Six man award is next, maybe. I don't know. I guess I'll let you pick first. It's okay, by the people they matter, but that's okay. You want most underrated, most overrated, or six man? What should we do first, Husky?
All right, I like Six Man. I mean, they were the last people we thought about, so the first people to get an award. I like that idea.
Okay, okay, okay. Sixth man award, and I actually meant to ask you this earlier, but I'll ask it in front of the people. We got two options. So how we've always done it was like I'll say who got third, who got second, and then we'll show who got first. That's a staple. Another option is I can just say all three finalists, and then just show number one. But then you kind of take out who got second and third. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I like the 3, 2, 1 countdown.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
That
give
way you
give
know.
3 and 2 a little bit of a
A little bit of shout out type thing.
yeah, a little bit of a shout out for sure, for sure.
Okay, okay. Six man. There was a tie for third place. So the tie for third place, sixth man of the split, was a tie between Rogue Gorilla and Star Burrito for third. Second place was Ghosty, and first place, sixth man award for split four, was Tau Roma of War Legion.
Ooh, okay.
Getting the nod from some folks. Play just, I think, just one series. I think most people actually played just one series, or most of this list at least. Um, Played one series, but Tau Roma getting some respect. I mean, it's also just a nod to War Legion. But either way, six man award to Tau Roma. What's your thoughts?
Uh, I believe this is the second year in a row Tel Roma won Six Man of the Year? Question mark. Um, I'm pretty sure Tel Roma got it last split, or maybe he played a game too much. I don't really remember. But honestly, a little bit surprised here. I personally did have a War Legion player, which makes sense because considering they never had the same lineup. Um, but I did not have Tel Roma because War Legion lost that game that Tel Roma played, and the time that they actually did end up winning was because someone named Tropical Beauty absolutely went off and carried them to a win. Maybe it was Sniper, maybe it was some other people, but that's who I ended up having. But still, congratulations, Tel Roma.
Some say Tau Roma paved the way so that they softened up the team so that Tropical Beauty could come in and get a win. So
True, true, true.
hey, nonetheless, the people have spoken. Tau Roma, sixth man award here in split number 4. So there we go. One official, I'll say official award out of the way. What do we have? We'll do most underrated, most overrated, and then we'll do some of the roles and let some of the people pick what roles we do in what order whenever we get there. But I guess we can open it now to if people want to do most overrated or most underrated first. And then, of course, we'll save MVP for the last award. But overrated or underrated, what should we do if anybody cares? Or we'll just pick one. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Overrated, of course. It has to be overrated, right? Because that's the fun one.
That is the fun one.
I will say this is the unique one in that I think it's the first award in 4 splits where we've had a three-way exact tie. And if I didn't have some morals or whatever the correct word is, I thought about changing it so that we didn't have a three-way tie, but I didn't want to cheat the people out of their voting. So if I can find, oh, I guess I have a screen for it. So I'm not gonna say any of the names, and I'll just show you what 3 most overrated players were in this split. We got BK's, Evil Fallen, and Pandorum. All three, a bunch of names that I feel like got some attention for better or worse this split. And yeah, I'm not surprised to see any of these three on the list, which is maybe for different reasons. But yeah, did you think at least one of these were gonna be the winner?
Uh, I had BKs, I had Evil Fallen as people that we talked a lot about on stream, that we rated pretty highly all the time. That usually tends to upset people when we do that, especially when, maybe their team results weren't so hot. So I definitely saw those two up there. Pandorum's kind of surprising to me, to be honest. You know, I would go, if anything, probably more underrated with how well they played, and maybe we didn't talk enough about them. But Pando is kind of people that everyone else likes to hate on. So I'm just gonna say undeserved for Pando, and just keep doing what you're doing.
True, true, true. I don't know. Hey, maybe there's just a bunch of haters. Maybe they're afraid of seeing Pandorum in playoffs. Who knows? All three most overrated players, fun fact of the day, still have their playoff hopes alive. So we'll be seeing them on stream, and maybe they can prove to the community that they're not overrated.
True.
And so that's most overrated. That means we can just roll right into the most underrated, if I can tell you who, because I don't think there was a perfect tie. I think that's the only perfect tie that we've ever had as far as three goes. Finally, an award where we just have a nice 3-2-1 action going on. So, most underrated award in third place is going to be Laquan of MBN support lane. Support lane, yeah. Laquan, 3. Pandorum at 2. And number 1 most underrated player in Rivals League Split 4 is going to be Riley Sauce 21.
Okay. Okay. You know, I see that. I was just talking that I thought Pandorum would be up there. Turns out second, but my guy Riley Sauce, I got to be honest. Looking back at the split, looking at how well Big Baller did, we kept underrating you. We kept underrating Riley Sauce, and we kept getting proven wrong over and over. I know I don't think CB or I ever had Big Baller winning anything, and you know they ended up actually coming in and being the number 3 seed. I guess, was it? Question mark. I don't know.
Something like
I
that.
think so though. I think they're the number 3 seed, which is wild considering we thought that they weren't going to win. It's got to mean someone is underrated on that team, if not the whole team. Riley Sauce definitely a very good pick for that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, there's all the conversations around the top two, if you will, at least as far as power rankings felt like it went most of the split. So, yeah, Riley just falling under the radar, and yeah, I agreed hand in hand with us going against picking against BBG most of the split and just keep getting proved wrong. So we'll say it's all because of Riley Sauce, and that's why the people picked Riley for most underrated. And so that means we got, what, 6 awards left. MVP at the end in the 5 roles for all rivals. And I'll leave it up to the chat to which role should we kick it off with. Some interesting. I don't think anything too crazy because naturally when you have so many different people vote for rankings, I don't know. You can agree to disagree, but that's a lot of people that voted, and it ends up being an average, and we'll see. Let's see who went first. I think 80 Carry won the vote first. And I'll give you a little background on each one of them as we go through it. So some of them were close, and some of them not so much. So uh, 80 Carry, first and second place were decided by one vote. There are 3 roles that were decided within 2 votes. 80 Carry was decided with 1 vote. So if you didn't win, hey, I'm not saying blame your team. I'm not saying I'm not. Hey, who knows? Anyway, 80 Carry, super close race. In third place was Riley Sauce 21 from BBG. In second place, missing out by 1 vote, Key from NOH. And at number 1, that must mean it's going to be Evil Fallen from Mint Vanilla.
Wow. Uh, when I was trying to figure out who to put here, no disrespect to Riley, no disrespect to anyone else. This was really a two-person race for sure. Um, and it was so close in my mind. I think that different times throughout the split, it went back and forth. I think I had Key on top early, Evil throughout the middle of the season. At the very end in the power rankings, Key was higher, but you know, it was so close there. Almost makes you want to see a tie, but either way, I think it's well deserved. And I think Key's already won all rivals for pretty much every other role, so maybe just came up a little bit short in ADC, and he can hold on to all the other ones.
Yeah, it's always an interesting conversation. Obviously, like all split, it's been about pretty much those two, right? With probably majority of the time, Evil Fallen was at the one, but it was always like a one-two punch race, right? Um, Differently composed teams, so I think that always comes down to like the argument of, is Evil Fallen the best? Is he not? Just because of like their team, how it's constructed, kind of thing. But I don't know. They got the most votes for a reason. Even in their losses, like it's very tough for any player to like, I'd say decently pop off. Even in their losses, even in their O2, like still their bot lane's always super solid. And obviously Evil Fallen always doing a ton of damage, getting the kills, and the spacing's super nice as well. So yeah, it was I think the closest one. Let me scroll up. Actually, the second closest race, technically. I
Okay.
guess it's. I mean, one vote, whatever. But when you get into the decimals and whatnot. So, Evil Fallen, Mint Vanilla, number 180 carry or AP carry bot laner of the split here in Split 4, and I think much deserved. We're going to next 4 rolls. What should it be? We'll count it. Storm. I mean, I didn't ask yet, but that's okay. We got to figure out what's going on here. And do we get the back to
He's got
back
to
to
get
back to
dropped down
back?
one
That's the
position though.
question. That's the question. It feels like either a 2 or 3 person race when we talk top lane power rankings. And I will say, 3 rolls were within 2 votes. Top lane was not one of them. Second and third were within 1 vote. First on a complete island. Top lane power rank. No, I keep saying power rankings, awards. Whatever. Rankings, kind of power rankings. The whole league's power rankings, if you will. All rivals top laner in third place. Alcoholic from Ninjas in second place. BK's from Double Decker, and your all rivals top laner is going to be Storm of NOH.
Yeah, I know the voting reflected this. I don't think that there was any doubt about this one. Seemed pretty obvious here. Not that there's not good top laners in this league. I think, there's lots of good ones, but you talked about BK's definitely had a couple down weeks. You talk about Alcoholic, always performing, but kind of on tank duty, weak siding quite a bit. Doing their job like they needed to, but when you think about who's going to win all rivals, you think about carries, you think about who's really the number one carry out of all the top laners. There's only one answer for that. It's been back and forth in previous splits between Storm and other people, but this split just seemed kind of like a lopsided beatdown. 100% Storm here.
Yeah, I mean this split, I think it was definitely ran away with the all rivals race for sure. Able to play just a bunch of different types of champions, like pulls out the kind of obscure, unique champions, at least as far as like this CeeLo comp play. And so just I don't know, beats all the top laners. I mean, sure, every role, every player has a couple games here and there. Gets a little too spicy, if you will. Maybe we'll get to see it in a game 5. We'll get to see Ivern run back type thing. But other than that, no, it good champ pool, especially compared to most everybody else on the top lane list. And so very very easy vote for me, and it looks like the community as well, for Storm to win this award here in Split 4. And that's what we got for top lane all rivals in Split 4. We got 3 more roles to go, and then the most valuable player award. And so next role, what should it be? Support, mid, or jungle? It's looking like jungle is going to be next. Let me see. Jungle was another one that was within that 2 vote range. This one was actually, because it's an average, it's kind of, I say 1 vote, 2 vote, but it's kind of like in a decimal type thing. But this was the closest one. So I'm going to say less than a vote, if you will. Difference between number 1 and number 2. So, and we said all split, right? Jungle was the stacked role. So, not surprised. We went all split with kind of the same narrative, if you will. So, Jungle All Rivals award. 3rd place is going to be Spartan from Ninjas in Pajamas at 2, missing out by less than a vote, if you will. Dibsy of NOH, and at number 1 is going to be Zhao Yun of MBN eSports.
Okay. You know, that one, I definitely did have those same 3. Uh, I had 1 and 2 flipped, to be honest with you here. And I think obviously about half the league did as well if they were that close. But definitely the 1 and 2 best junglers. Zhao Yun had some pretty pop-off games. Didn't come on to MBN, I believe, until a little bit later in the season. I think week 3 is when they first cracked the starting roster, and definitely made an impression the rest of the way there. So very good jungle. Even if I didn't have you first, I think it's still well deserved.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a tight race, and the whole community had it the same. So, Zhao Yun, I no complaints for me from seeing them on the screen. Uh, Definitely can carry the team, and if they're not, they can enable somebody on their team too. Can you make that argument for a couple other junglers? Sure, for sure. But Zhao Yun, week in and week out, and hell, if we would have left the voting up for another couple days or something, you would have factored in that playoff performance. I think it would have been for sure a lockout one. But this is just a regular season award, so enough during the regular split in those, whatever it was, 4 or 5 or however many weeks they were the starter. Enough to be the all rivals top laner here in split 4. So congratulations, and that must mean, since it was requested for support to go last, I'm just gonna roll straight into mid lane, and I almost clicked on it too fast. So mid lane's gonna be next, and this one, this one was pretty spread out. I mean, pretty spread out across the board. From like the top 5 were all kind of spread. So, not one of the ones that was within the couple of votes. So, 3rd place for the mid lane award is Astro Boy of Monkeys Toro Rosso. First time I think tonight that we had a Monkeys member on the list, so shout out Astro Boy. Getting the third place nod there. Second place, Pandorum of NOH. And first place, with I would say no surprise, is going to be Willie Lynx of MBN eSports.
Yeah, I thought, a lot of chat going on right now about Mr. Pandorum. Definitely had a great split. Maybe it's the weird champ pool. Maybe it's that I've seen him play before. Um, but for me, I agree. I think it was kind of an obvious selection here. Unlike some of these other positions that were close, I had a Big Willie style all the way here in the mid lane. Great season for Willie. Maybe when you have the best jungle, you helps you be the best mid laner, or vice versa. Uh, we'll see who made who, but I'm gonna go out and say both of these players very good and well deserved.
Yeah, and the fun thing that we're going to get to see here in a few weeks is that number one winner of the award and the second place runner up, if you will, facing off against each other. So, opportunity for one way or the other, Willie to solidify for sure was the winner, or Pandorum to come in and say, I should have won the award. So, either way, Willie Lynx, the winner here. This split mid lane, I'm not surprised. Obviously, it wasn't within a couple of votes. It was a decent amount of votes. So the community's seeing something in Willie, and I'd say rinse and repeat for what I said earlier on Jungle. If we would have factored in that first playoff performance, I'd say Willie would have won by even more. So there you go. All Rivals mid laner of the split, which must mean that we have the best role for last, some would say. Most people would say. I think most people would say. Support all rivals of the split is close race. This one was decided by 1.5 to 2 votes. I don't know. It kind of depends on how I guess I do the math, but I'm gonna call it about 1.5 votes between 1 and 2, and then like half a vote between 2 and 3. So like 1, 2, and 3 all super close, and all 3 were in my top 3. So we'll see if they're in your top 3 as well. So super close support award this split. At number 3 is going to be Laquan of MBN. At 2 is going to be Sprite of Mint Vanilla. And at 1 is going to be Star Raven Fire NOH.
I think that those were the exact three I had in my top three in that order. So makes a lot of sense to me. I'm going to ride with that. Star Ravenfire, I believe, missed winning by half a vote last split. Um, could be wrong about that. Maybe it was a tie. I don't know. It definitely a solid player every single split that they have been in Rivals League, and I think well deserved. Maybe it was close. In my head, it wasn't as close as it might have been in the voting total. Well deserved Star Ravenfire.
This was the one that I was actually most curious about. I thought it would be between Star and Sprite. Although I've been, if I feel like we had one more week to put into the voting, I think Laquan definitely would have had a chance at number 1. So I expected it to be these top 3. These were actually my top 3 as well. I don't remember if it was the same order or not, but and I actually almost announced it as a back-to-back, so I'm glad you corrected me, because I forgot. I do recall now that it was a very close race last split. So rinse and repeat for being a super close race this split, but Star Raven is going to come out victorious this go around. So definitely a super close one. It'll be interesting if we get to see, or we're going to get to see number 1 and number 3 play against each other. And then we'll see if we get to see number 1 and 2 face off in the final. So an interesting storyline to watch with support. We shall see. I guess we probably have one more award.
Is there another one?
Did I just? Oh, I was like, am I lagging for a second? I think my stream's still. We still going? I think
We're
we're still
still good. We're still good.
Okay, I clicked the button and like everything went away. So, okay, yeah, 5 minutes. Look at that, perfect timing. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll do MVP. I guess people care about that award or something. I don't know. Um, we've mentioned a few people on stream as the split's gone, um, and I'll have to find it because it's somewhere on this little tiny screen that I have. I think it ended up being a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Um, so it was interesting to see. I always hate, I guess, any award that's just like, yeah, clear winner, and then everyone else sucked. I'm sure the winner likes that, but the rest of the people maybe not so much. So a good amount of people actually got votes. I should have counted it. It's like 12 different people got votes, so that's good to see. It's getting some respect across the board. But the top three, and you realize now that I actually miscounted. There's actually a tie for third. My apologies. I almost said it wrong. I'm glad I caught it. So I'll get some give some additional respect here. So I can count, I promise. Just didn't put the numbers in order. Okay. MVP, most valuable player of the split. It's a tie for third place. And when you hear the names, when you have a tie for third place and there's a 1 vote gap between third and second, and there's a 2 vote gap between second and third, or second and first, the two people that tied for third are on the same team. So I'm not gonna
They
say
could have
some
switched them.
silly coordination, some comms diff or something, but hey. Third place, there was a tie, most valuable player for this split. A tie between Dibsy and Storm. You think about that for a second. Alrighty.
And
So tie for third there. In second place, missing out by 2 votes, is Evil Fallen of Mint Vanilla. That must mean that your most valuable player in Split 4 is Willie Lynx of MBN Esports.
seems to be a mid lane type of thing. I believe that is 3 in a row now for mid laners winning this thing in Rivals League. Tends to go to the best mid laner when it's so clear as it was this year with Willie being the number one. Makes a lot of sense. Uh, that's also who I had for my MVP, so can't say that maybe blame me that Willie won, but when you're popping off week in, week out, having such a big effect on your team, I think it is well deserved. And if you're NOH, maybe you guys should talk and not split your votes between two people, but maybe that just means neither of them are that valuable if they have two of them. So, well deserved, Willie.
Hey, you're onto something there. I am big on, like, if you took whoever off of a team, how well does that team do? And that's how I look at MVP. Not everybody looks that way, so who knows? I don't know. Maybe they just got 7 of their teammates to vote for. I don't think that's the case. I didn't actually look at who voted for who, but no. I mean, I think if you, with all due respect, if you remove Willie from MBN, I think they're probably out in Cancun with War Legion, and that's just with all due respect. So, I mean, I'm not gonna say his initials are WL or anything. Coincidence? I think not. But yeah, I definitely need him to be where the team's at, not to take away from the other 3 mentioned players. Got enough votes to be in the conversation and got within a couple votes to actually winning it. So, yeah, gonna be an interesting one, as MBN obviously is still in the playoff race and is going to have to potentially go through your tied third place votes and the second place vote. So it's tough sailing from here and a lot to prove, or maybe they proved enough already. We'll have to see as the playoffs progress. But congratulations to Willie Lynx, 4th MVP in Rivals League, going to be at the top of the mountain here in Split 4. And I think that's all the awards we did. Everything we got. Um, we're gonna be back on Sunday, right? For Mint versus BBG. I have a
Yep.
memory. Yeah, that sounds like it's right. Mint versus Big Baller Gaming on Sunday. We'll talk more about next steps after that, as far as I don't know when we'll do the next run back and all that fun stuff. So, um, some content is owed. I gotta talk to my content guy. I think he's got ganked IRL, active duty military diff, but I'll check on that. Or just blame Husky. It's one of those two. So, we'll be back Sunday. Did we already do pick'ems? I think we already. Yeah, we're gonna let the pick'ems ride because we're still like in the middle of quarterfinals. So, more to come Sunday, and we'll see you then. Congratulations to all the winners.
Yeah, congrats, guys.